You go through a year's worth of emotions in about an hour conversation when someone's picking out an engagement ring. They're white in the face when they come in, you see them shaking, you see them texting, calling, FaceTiming their mom, their sisters. You're selling a part of someone's life, and that's an emotional memory that I feel like I will drop everything to do. My name is Eric Fair. I'm the Vice President of Richter Phillips Jewelers. I get more nervous on Saturday nights when I know that like 3 of my customers are proposing. So I want to make sure that it fit, and I want to make sure that everything went right, and she got the right pictures. Because if you don't, you feel like you let that person down. I don't know, it's weird. It's sales, but it's just not. It's hard to describe. Catch that? I mean, I'm pretty simple. I love Skyline, I love the Reds, just all those little things that you grew up on. Like, I'm a total sucker for all that stuff. I'm very nostalgic. We used to be at an old store across the street, about a quarter of the size of this. And so when I was really young, I remember vividly these giant boxes. It would all be watches that no longer work, or costume jewelry, or things like that don't have much value, but I would sit down probably several hours just trying to make sure every watch works, and none of them worked. Making sure that none of the gold was genuine down there, and none of it was genuine. I was probably 8 years old. It's strange growing up in the jewelry business because everyone thinks that you're like all in all the time, but part of me never wanted to do this at all. So I decided to go to law school. So I tried criminal cases for about 2 years. And then I moved over to a private law firm, literally across the street from our store. And now I can still see my old office if I look up. As the years went by, I'd reached a point of thinking about like what I want my personal legacy to be, what I want Richter and Phillips' legacy to be. I didn't want it to end when Rick decided to retire. There's not many businesses in the world nowadays that have the tradition and the history that we do. We've been 125 years this year. You think of certain Cincinnati staples, you think of Skyline, you think of Graders. A lot of people think that way about Richter and Phillips as a jeweler. And I never had a full appreciation of that until I was here. I always thought they had just sold jewelry. Our customers are Cincinnati. They're from all walks of life. We want people to know that it's going to be the standard of excellence when you walk into Richter and Phillips, but that does not necessarily equate to expensive. The $50 job on a sterling silver charm, that could be in someone's family for 120 years, and it means more to them in the world. I can't imagine being in this business and not being very close and personal with your customers. We're not selling just crystallized carbon. It's much different than that.